If you want to add 10 properties to your property portfolio in 2022, this is how you do it. So many people are going to watch this video and go, Sam, how the hell am I meant to add 10 properties? Yes, 10 properties to my property portfolio in just one 12-month period. Well, actually, there is a proven method that actually shows you how you can do this. Oh, and hang on guys, before we get into it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Back in 2019, I actually had a client that managed to add 9 properties to his portfolio, but he actually bought 11. And you can add 10 properties to your portfolio this year by effectively following the same method that he did. Now, we've all heard of the term BRR, buy, refurbish, refinance. Some people add rent onto the end, some people add repeat onto the end, but let's keep things simple. It's BRR, buy, refurbish, refinance. Now, in the current market, where buy, refurbish, refinance does not equal money in, money out, as it used to many, many years ago, you are going to have to leave some of your money in every single deal. So what does this actually mean for you if you want to add 10 properties to your portfolio in 2022? Well, it means that at some point you are going to run out of money. Now, as a property investor, that's one of the worst things that can happen. If you run out of money, that means no more property purchases until you find some more money. Now, with most BRR deals at the moment, most people are leaving in between 20 and 50% of the money that they are putting into these deals. We buy the properties using bridging or cash, we renovate those properties, and then we refinance them based on a higher value once the renovation is complete. Usually we go for a 75% loan to value mortgage once the renovation is complete, and that will allow us to recycle some of the cash that has been put into this deal. But as I said, this is not going to allow you to get to the 10 properties that you want to add to your portfolio in 2022. Unfortunately, what it means is that you are probably going to run out of cash sooner rather than later. Unless you've got a huge amount of cash reserves to start off with, then you are going to run out of money eventually. It doesn't matter even if you've got £1 million, you are going to run out of money eventually by following the BRR method, where you are leaving between 20 and 50% in on every single BRR deal that you're doing. So how did this client of mine manage to add 9 properties to his portfolio back in 2019? And how, by following this particular method, can you emulate him and add 10 properties to your portfolio in 2022? Well, he didn't actually keep every single property that he purchased. No, some of the properties were actually better to sell once the renovation had completed. This we call a flip. Now, a flip is similar to BRR in many ways. You're still going to buy a property that needs a lot of work doing to it using bridging finance or cash, and you're going to renovate the property to a higher standard, which will add value to that property. But instead of refinancing it onto a 75% loan to value mortgage at the end, you're actually going to sell the property on the open market instead. Now, you might be thinking, but Sam, I want to add 10 properties to my portfolio in 2022, not sell loads of properties. This will essentially mean that you're topping up your BRR pot. So instead of running out of money, yes, you're still going to be leaving some cash in every single BRR, buy, refurbish, refinance deal, potentially 20 to 50%, but you are going to be replenishing that with a flip every now and again. Now, depending on how much cash you've actually got to start with will depend on how many flips you need to do as part of this hybrid BRR strategy to add 10 properties to your portfolio this year. If you're starting off with a small amount of cash, which means that you can only complete 1 BRR deal before you would actually run out of cash, then you might have to start with a flip, maybe 2, maybe even 3 flips before you actually do that first BRR deal that adds a property to your portfolio. If you start off with a little bit more money and you're only putting a small proportion of that cash into your first deal, then maybe you can actually start with a BRR and your second one might be a flip. Generally speaking, you can probably do 1 flip to every BRR deal that you do. But that means that you probably are going to have to do multiple deals over the course of 2022 to add those 10 properties to your portfolio this year. This is where leveraging becomes extremely important, and utilizing investor funds as well as bridging finance will allow you to stretch your money even further. Buying cash is great. It's a lot safer because you are not having to borrow any money. You're not having to pay somebody for the privilege of borrowing any money, but it does mean that your money does not go as far as it could do if you leverage other people's money, namely bridging lenders and investors. If you don't know what bridging is, I've actually got a really good video that I'll link in the description that will explain exactly what bridging finance is. Obviously, there aren't enough months in the year for you to do 1 property project one after another, you are going to have to overlap them, which is why leveraging is so important. So don't forget, in order to add 10 properties to your portfolio in 2022, you are going to have to follow a hybrid strategy that doesn't just include the traditional BRR method, buy, refurbish, refinance, where you're going to be leaving 20 to 50% of your money in every single deal. You're going to have to supplement your BRR strategy with some flips to replenish that pool of funds. This is something all the best investors are currently doing. So if you're not doing it, then definitely you need to start thinking about doing this method as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and don't forget, YouTube's about to recommend a couple more of my videos to you to watch. So click on the links in a second and check out some more of my videos and my content.